of us are looking for somebody to love us because we don't love ourselves. When I hear brothers say, I'm just looking for a sister to give me peace of mind. Can't no sister give you peace of mind. She'll give you a piece of her behind. And that ain't gonna do nothing but stir up your mind. You ever date a stingy ass person? Your birthday come around, you buy them gifts, take them out, cook dinner, Beyonce tickets. And then your birthday come around and all you get is a damn text message or an e-card or a Facebook inbox. You say, I do everything for him, he don't do nothing for me. I do everything for her, she don't do nothing for me. Do you know what that is? That's a person who too afraid to show they care because they afraid you'll take advantage of them. We have materialism, buying happiness. How many sisters say, I just want a man with a good job, no kids, nice car, master's degree. You can get all that, honey, and you still be unhappy. Too many black women are passing over good men because he don't fit the ideal partner that your ass drew up in 6th grade. You gotta give up that damn 6th grade superhero. You talking about you can't find no good man. Brother, pick up your trash twice a week. He's single, no children, or he might got one that he take care of. Never been married. Got a job with benefits, retirement. He can't get you Oprah's house, but he can get you a nice one. But guess what? You ignore his ass because he don't meet the criteria of some superficial Eurocentric idea of what a husband's supposed to be. I said post-traumatic relationship disorder. Do you know what that is? That's when you was in a relationship for like 2 or 3 years and you really loved a person. Y'all might have lived together or had a couple kids, was engaged, was married, went through some tough times, and y'all decided to break up last week. But you back at the club this week. You ain't gave your womb, black woman, time to heal. And what black women fail to realize is that your vagina is a back road to your unconscious. And when you have too many male energy swimming in your damn womb, you are likely to go crazy. And that's why some of y'all got nasty ass attitudes because you got too many different energies swimming all up in God's womb. Don't know me, I'm Dr. Umar Johnson. I'm a certified school psychologist, doctor of clinical psychology, educator, political scientist, but I'm a Pan-Africanist. That's right. And great-great-great-great-grandnephew of Frederick Douglass. And what I want to do is I want to talk about how psychology and psychiatry are often used as weapons of mass destruction against us, African people. And for the women, I'm a polygamist, so if you don't want to be a co-wife, don't flirt with Dr. Umar. Okay? I'm just telling you, you might look good, but I'm going to have two, because I got a lot of work I got to do. Okay? But hold tight though. It's only going to be one wife per continent though. So if I marry a sister in America, the other one is either going to be in London or Africa or the Caribbean. You feel me? So you ain't got to worry about no other sister like living in the house with you. I don't do that polygamy. Okay? But I'm going to have two queens. I'm just letting you know you can't change my opinion. All right? So I just want to be clear. So I'm giving you informed consent. Okay? Informed consent. See, brothers, y'all just got to be honest with it. Y'all be lying about it. Just say what it is. And let them decide. So when we talk about male-female relationships, it's a very important topic. Why, y'all? Because if we don't fix the family, we won't be able to fix anything else. The home is the first institution. And as it goes, so does everything else. I mean, after all mental illness comes from the family. You do know that, right? Whether you're depressed, alcoholic, marijuana smoker, whether you're a pedophile, homosexual, bipolar, borderline, schizophrenia, narcissistic, all illness come from mommy and daddy. And who else helped them raise you? Which could be grandma, grandpa, auntie, uncle, and cousins. So if we want to reduce the mental illness of Africans, we got to reduce the psychopathology of the black family. So let's talk about the top 8 reasons why black people have relationship problems. This is going to be your only slide, and we're going to finish the rest of it over at the House of Rant. So when we get over there, we're going to talk about the 6 types of men that women need to look out for. Y'all do know what they are, right, women? The pimp, the player, the predator, the couch potato, the impregnator, and the professional. Fellas, 6 types of women you need to look out for. The home wrecker, the healer, Miss Hot in the Pants, high maintenance, and the homicidal honey. But we'll get to that at the House of Rant. Number 1 reason why relationships don't work: self-hatred. Too many of us are looking for somebody to love us because we don't love ourselves. How many of us go out dating because I don't like who I am, so I'm going to find somebody else to like who I am? See, the problem with relationships is we trying to give the responsibility of happiness to somebody else. Now, the problem with that is what? Can't nobody make you happy but you. So when I hear my sister say, I'm looking for a man that make me happy, you'll never find him. Because no man can make that. When I hear a brother say, I'm just looking for a sister to give me peace of mind. Can't no sister give you peace of mind. She'll give you a piece of her behind. And that ain't going to do nothing but stir up your mind. You have to be a good friend to yourself in order for somebody else to be a good friend to you. Stop dropping off your emotional, psychological baggage on somebody else's front steps, giving them the responsibility of fixing all your mental mess. And then we blame the other person for why we miserable. We good at this, right? You was miserable before you got in the relationship. But you got with him or her hoping they would undo your misery. After 6 months in the relationship, they had failed because it's an impossible task. And do you know what you do? You go tell everybody they the reason that you're depressed. No, they not. Your ass was depressed 2 years ago. And you've been depressed. And you're going to stay depressed until you accept responsibility for your own mental condition. Number 2, security. Looking for unmet needs from our childhood. This is important. Every one of us, when we was born, we needed 4 things from our mother and our father. If you got all 4 from mom and dad, you's a healthy adult. You could go into relationships and never become a stalker. You could go into relationships and never be controlling. You could go into relationships and never be promiscuous. Your man walk out on you, you say, oh well, his loss, I'll find another. Your woman could walk out on you, you say, oh well, her loss, I can find another. You healthy, you can bounce back. But if you didn't get these 4 things from mom and dad, you're likely to end up crazy, deranged, stalking people, terrorizing their Twitter accounts. What are these 4 things? Love, trust, reciprocity, and intimacy. Love, trust, reciprocity, and intimacy or attachment. Let me give you an example. You got a sister. She didn't grow up with her father. She still needs that masculine energy that she never got. Because she never got it from her dad, and her mother didn't supply her with a male role model who would give it to her, when she starts dating, guess what? Subconsciously, she's hyper vigilant for men's approval. So she's likely to go in and out of bad relationships because she don't give herself enough time to choose wisely. Because she got an unmet need for love from a man because of the father's absence. This sister will get into a relationship. She'll get used, abused, exploited until she realizes the reason why you keep attracting the same type of man is because every one of them promises you what you never got from daddy. And until you recognize that, they'll continue to use you. Take a man whose mother never spent time with him. There was no love there. He'll get into relationships with women, and he's going to end up becoming one or two things. Do y'all know what that is? Either he's going to be a wimp where women can use him, walk over him, take advantage of him, and throw him away. Or he's going to be very guarded, where he never opens his heart and allows a woman to love him. Ladies, you ever date a man who was a good man? He was good to you, good to your kids, paid the bills, didn't cheat, but he never let you love him. And then you say, well, Dr. Umar, I love everything about this man except the fact that I can't love him. What do you think? What do I think? Let me ask you a question. And this is what we all need to ask ourselves before we get into long-term relationships. Can you live with her or him as they are if they never changed for the rest of your life? Because relationship problems don't get smaller over time, they get bigger. And the fact that he don't let you love him ain't going to disappear. Guess what? It's going to grow bigger and bigger until you ended up walking away, when if you would have realized up front that even though he was 95% of the man you needed, he wasn't 100% of the man you wanted. Which is why women should never date men until you see how he treats his mother. Because if a man don't like his mother, he damn sure ain't gonna like you. Now, in the beginning, it might look good. But trust me, at some point in the relationship, you're gonna wake up and you're gonna look just like her to him, psychologically. You are going to metamorphose into the mother who mistreated him. And then the domestic violence kicks in. Fellas, it's the same thing. A sister hates her father. And you think that's going to work? It might take 5 years. It might take 20 years. It might take 40. But as sure as I'm standing here, you are going to turn into the father the minute you piss her off and wake up her paint body. And you're going to catch all the hell she really wanted to give to daddy. Y'all know what I'm talking about because some of y'all already done it. We're going to talk about the paint body over at the house. Now listen. I didn't say she had to like her father. I said she can't hate him. Ladies, I didn't say he had to like his mother. I said he can't hate her. It's the intense negative emotion that leads to that type of a situation. Then we got trust. If you couldn't trust your dad to keep his word, if you couldn't trust your mom, her word, it doesn't matter how good of a man or woman you find, you will never trust nothing they say because you ain't been taught trust. See, many of us will run away the best of women, the best of men, because we are hyper vigilant for relationship failure because the relationship with our two parents failed in childhood. Your childhood is predictive of what you're going to go through in your adult relationships if you don't become conscious of how the deficiencies operate. Number 4, reciprocity. What do I mean when I say reciprocity? You ever date a stingy ass person? Your birthday come around, you buy them gifts, take them out, cook dinner, Beyonce tickets. And then your birthday come around and all you get is a damn text message or an e-card or a Facebook inbox. You say, I do everything for him, he don't do nothing for me. I do everything for her, she don't do nothing for me. Do you know what that is? That's a person who's too afraid to show they care because they afraid you'll take advantage of them. These people are scared and they are guarded, and you can spend the rest of your life trying to prove to them that you won't hurt them, and it won't mean a damn thing. And then we got what? Intimacy or attachment. That's the fourth thing we need from mommy and daddy. You know what intimacy attachment is? That's when not just they love you, but they show it. They hug you. They kiss you. They joke with you. They play with you. They take you out. They hang around the house with you. They want you with them when they go out. That's called intimacy. You can love somebody and not be intimate. Black men, we have a big problem with intimacy. Most of us just run in there, we want the cookie, and then we go. And the sister like, damn, that's it? What about the intimacy? Can you hold me? Can you hug me or something? No, I don't do all that. Because your ass is scared to love. And if you're scared to love, life really ain't worth living. You can get all the cookies you want. Because men, we suffer from a cookie penile syndrome. We run around sampling all the cookies in Wilmington. Butter pecan, butter almond, cocoa, caramel, lemon. And your ass still unhappy. You like, damn, I done had half of Wilmington and I'm still unhappy. Because you never experienced true love. And until you had it, you don't know what it is. Intimacy is very important. People who don't get it tend to do what? Become very clingy to people. Try to force them to spend time with them. Try to dictate their life. You can't do that. Ladies, find out what daddy didn't give you so you can't be used by men who promise to do so. Fellas, find out what mommy didn't give you so you can't be exploited by women who promise to do so. Next. We just doing this one slide. Oh yeah. We have materialism. Buying happiness. How many sisters say, I just want a man with a good job, no kids, nice car, master's degree? You can get all that, honey, and you still be unhappy. Too many black women are passing over good men because he don't fit the ideal partner that your ass drew up in 6th grade. You gotta give up that damn 6th grade superhero. You talking about you can't find no good man. Brother, pick up your trash twice a week. He's single. No children, or he might got one that he take care of. Never been married. Got a job with benefits, retirement. He can't get you Oprah's house, but he can get you a nice one. But guess what? You ignore his ass because he don't meet the criteria of some superficial Eurocentric idea of what a husband's supposed to be. Your ass deserves to be single for the rest of your life. You don't want a man who picks up trash, but you don't mind picking up another woman's trash all your life. Fellas, we do the same thing. If the waist ain't small, if the ass ain't big, if the breasts ain't plump, you don't want it. But you fail to realize that once you drop a couple C's on you, stuff gonna start to sag. It's called gravity. But if you love the woman on the inside and you're not attached to the phenotype on the outside, things will be all right. See, sisters know this, and you overlook sisters because they might be full-figured or might have a white ancestor, so they got a flat back, or whatever the situation is. You got to understand something. A lot of the women you overlooking might have been the one, but because you committed to the Beyonce look, you never get what you're looking for. And some of you damn conscious brothers is hypocrites like hell. You talk like you black, and then when your woman cut all that perm off and get rid of her wig and cut off the extensions and come home and say, honey, look, you be like, damn. I said I was conscious. I didn't say I was that damn conscious. Sisters know what I'm talking about. You want to wear a dashiki and all that, but you still want the hair to be European. I see y'all Negroes out there. Let me go to number 5 so we can wrap this up. Post-traumatic relationship disorder. Not post-traumatic slavery. We all got that shit. I said post-traumatic relationship disorder. Do you know what that is? That's when you was in a relationship for like 2 or 3 years and you really loved a person. Y'all might have lived together or had a couple kids, was engaged, was married, went through some tough times, and y'all decided to break up last week. But you back at the club this week. You ain't gave your womb, black woman, time to heal. And what black women fail to realize is that your vagina is a back road to your unconscious. And when you have too many male energy swimming in your damn womb, you are likely to go crazy. And that's why some of y'all got nasty ass attitudes, because you got too many different energies swimming all up in God's womb. And brother, although we are external and we are the givers, you still suck up some of her energy. And before you move on to another sister, you got to make sure that sister's energy is out of your aura. Because if you don't, you will meet a good person and run them away from you, because you're still treating them based on what the last person did to you. Now you say, well, how much time do I need between relationships? Well, that's relative. It depends on how deep you was in the relationship. It depends on how deep your unmet needs were. But on average, you need at least a season of no sex and no dating. That's 3 months. Some of y'all love so hard, you need a year. Sometimes you need 2 years. If you was in a 20-year marriage, you ain't gonna be able to shake that shit off in a month. And then some of y'all got this thing that says if they out of sight, they out of mind. What do we say, fellas? The best way to get over an old love is with a new love. That's a bunch of bullshit. Let me tell you how it works. You out with your new queen. You ain't seen your baby mama in like a year. And then she shows up at the restaurant, and your queen never seen your baby mama. But women got this spidey sense. And she like, I don't know who the hell that is. But when she walked the hell in here, your salad stood up. And I'm feeling all kind of electric in this mother, even though y'all ain't even make eye contact. I'm smelling cookies and everything. Fellas, you seen it with the women, didn't you? You out with a sister and a brother walking there? You like, damn, he must have hit that because this is some energy coming in here. And she like, I ain't seen him in 5 years. And she might be telling the truth. But what you fail to realize is when you don't take time out to fast, where y'all stopped is where y'all will start, even if it's 50 years later. You got to get over one before you move on to the next. But the reason we can't do that is most of us hate being alone. We can't stand solitude. And psychologically and spiritually, why don't we like solitude? After all, if you study spirituality or any religion, all the prophets did what? Experience solitude as a way to reach God consciousness. The reason your ass don't like being by yourself is because silence is the mirror that reveals to you all the shit from your past that you need to be working on. And you don't feel like all that. So you know what you gonna do? You gonna go find a relationship. Because y'all do know we got spiritual vampires in the black community. What's a spiritual vampire? Brothers and sisters who look like regular people. And do you meet them at the conscious lecture? You meet them at the club, at the back to school meeting, and they real nice people when the sun is out. But when it get dark, they get real damn nasty with you. They start growing things and shit, talking to you any kind of way, making your life a living hell. These are unhappy, miserable people who, when they find happy people, like to attach themselves to their spirit and suck their ass dry. And you better be careful about them spiritual vampires, because they can suck the life out of you. Fellas, you ever had a homie who always liked to do stuff with you? Run a little bit of rock, go to some shows, hang out, let's go play some pool. He got with a certain woman, and his ass is just always tired. You're like, dog, you coming out tonight? Oh, dog, I'm tired. Well, your ass don't even work. Why you tired? You see him, he got bags under his eyes, lost like 50 pounds. Like, damn, dog, you got the virus? No, I ain't got the virus. Well, something, you ain't been the same since you got with that woman. You know why? Because she's a parasite, a spiritual vampire, sucking her ass. And you know what's bad? Sometimes we marry spiritual vampires. And by the time you wake up and realize you married one, they just suck so much of your life energy that nobody else wants you when they done with you. Y'all better be careful out here, because unhappy people love to make other people's lives a misery, because hurt people love to hurt people. And then we got tyranny of the inner child. The pain body experience. What is a pain body? You got one, I got one, we all got one. Pain body is an aspect of your psyche that holds all the negative memories you ever had of relationships in your life. Every ex-boyfriend, every ex-girlfriend, baby mom, ex-husband, but most importantly, mommy and daddy and brother and sister. And that pain body live inside you. It's the little you. See, y'all think that because you 35, you automatically are psychologically 35, but we have two ages, biological and psychological. Biological, Dr. Umar be 39 on August the 21st, God willing. But psychologically, I could be 12. Now, ladies, how you going to know my psychological age? When something don't go right in our relationship, the person I transform into when we have a difference of opinion, that's my psychological age. Some of y'all dating 12-year-old boys. Soon when they get mad, they throw a temper tantrum like they 4. Some of you fellas are dating 8-year-old girls. She might be 40 biologically, but she only 4 psychologically. Can you put up with that? See, you don't grow psychologically automatically. You have to force that growth. Some of us are still stuck where we are, where our parents stopped raising us. And we're looking for other people to do it for us. Now, the pain body got 3 criteria. How often does your pain body wake up? Does your pain body wake up once a year or every damn day? How long does your pain body stay awake? Does it stay awake for 5 minutes or 5 months? How intense is your pain body? Is it mild or is it so significant that whenever she has a bad day, brothers, you got to go live with your brother till she calm the hell down? You better understand the person's pain body you date. See, the reason why the divorce rate is so high amongst black people, because most of us get married when everything's perfect. You never marry somebody because everything is perfect. You don't decide to get married until you see them under stress, so you understand the pain body, the inner child, and the psychological age. Because if you marry somebody just because we never had a problem, and all people got problems, you only marry half of the person. And then people ask the question, what is it about marriage, engagement, cohabitation, and childbirth that brings out the worst in people? There's something called the ego, and we all have one. See, ladies, when the fella dating you, we put on his front, right? But the ego don't like the front, because a man feel he should be able to be who he is when he feel like it. But I gotta act this way. So when we move in together, now we in close proximity. It's hard to be an actor all the time. I used to hold the door open for you for 10 years while we were dating. I used to call you every night before I went to bed for 10 years while we were dating. We moved in together for 1 week. I ain't opened up the door yet. Ain't called you. Ain't said goodnight. And you like, my God, what's wrong with him? Nothing. He simply stopped acting and started being himself. And that's why I disagree with the religious leaders who say you should not cohabitate before you get married. That might have been true back in the desert. But this is 21st century black America, and we got people with serious issues. If you don't believe me, black women, do you know most black women who are killed in this country are killed by the person who was supposed to love them? You must live with that man, brother. You must live with that woman. You seen her with the wig on. You seen her with the lipstick on. But did you ever wake up with her ass without it? Have you smelled his bad breath? Have you smelled her bad breath? Do you know if he cleans up after himself? Do you know if she cleans up after herself? Have you seen them around your kids? Have they seen you around? Got you. Around their kids. You have to study the person before you get married. Now, ladies say, well, if I move with him, he won't marry me. That's not true. Give him a sample so he know what he's going to get. But make sure it's on the timeline, ladies. Tell the man up front. In my opinion, 2 years of cohabitation is the max. If he has not proposed to you in 2 years, you need to move the hell on, because it does not take more than 24 months to make up your damn mind. And in conclusion, the values. You have to study his and her values. What are the 5 major values? Money. Do they like to spend or do they like to save? Religion. Do they believe in spirit work and spending time doing that or not at all? Friends. Do they think they should have a right to hang with their friends more than their family? Or vice versa? Number 4, in-laws. Do they let all their family participate in your marriage and make decisions and keep nothing private? Or do they keep it private? And the other one is how y'all raise the children. See, I believe in homework. If I marry a woman who don't believe in homework, we gonna clash. Because I want to make sure my children are successful in life, and she could care less. Study the person's values before you decide to get married. Ashe.
Story Fred Henry singing over to Ali. Bobby Seals, L. Hodge, when it's your past, you repeat. We want some true leaders. Come on, say true leaders. Come on, say true leaders. Now you say true leaders. Yeah, singing over to Ali. Bobby Seals, L. Hodge, when it's your past, you repeat. We need some true leaders. Come on, say true leaders. We want some true leaders. Look, we don't want no plans to import drugs, but they plan on us. We don't own that land, they grow it on, but they plan on us.